Okay, the wisdom talk today is how to stay wholesome in a win or lose world. Yeah, it's quite challenging, right? How to stay wholesome, like how to stay positive, kind, and helpful. Yeah, in this win or lose world. Yeah. I'm sure that when I say win or lose world, you have some feelings about it and you experience it. I just make some list of what I heard from talking to the people also, that even we want to enter this win or lose world or not, we already there. And sometimes we don't want to fight. We don't want to get into that tension, but uh, sometimes it's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. That's how the system working. We need a better system, improve how people will interact. But sometimes that kinds of pressure and tension that make us not easy to feel wholesome. Some question like, will my kid get into a good school? Yeah, I heard this a lot from the parents, especially in New York, New Jersey. And I see that, wow, that's a lot of work. And especially here in Manhattan, in New York, to get to the right school for that kid is so important. I see some family, not all, move from one state to another state in order to make sure that it's close to the school of their children. Yeah, it's big thing, and a lot of pressure on that, oh, will my kid win or lose, like, oh, will they get into that school? Yeah, and it's not easy to stay wholesome, right? Like, oh, sometimes stress, sometimes too much uh, seriousness, or sometimes we not get through and then need to find another one. The second one, will my performance well enough to maintain a good position at a company? And we see a lot of layout, layoff and things happen around the world. And that's kind of win or lose world. We want it, we don't want it. But there's sometimes winner loser in some moment of life. And no one want to be a loser, right? Everyone want to be a winner. So that's a challenge, how to stay wholesome. The third question, will my leadership strong enough to lead my team effectively? Yeah, when you have your job in a company, but you have your team. And sometimes there's a goal, like an organization goal, or how I gonna stay wholesome. And when I say win or lose, it's sometimes like can you retain that people? Can you win their mind? Or you're gonna lose it? So that's another challenge. And the bigger one, will my company innovative enough to create valuable product in a very competitive market? New company, new startup, something might disrupt the whole thing you are doing. And to stay wholesome, to have a good energy in this situation is not so simple. It's a great challenge, really. And this is a big question I would like to raise, and I hope we can have some time to discuss on this, that how can we avoid the race to the bottom? Yeah, I heard this term often now. What is that, the race to the bottom? When two companies have a similar product and then they do price cut. Oh, this is cheaper, and hope that, oh, no one buy. And sometimes the big company do that to the smaller company. Like they have cash, they have things more. And if another company will make it even cheaper, that the rest to the bottom. Because finally, when that company cannot survive, no product available in that way. So that's a race to the bottom, that instead of doing something productive or more value to the product, and use another tactic that want to win the game, but it's the race to the bottom. Yeah. And you might be aware that in the social media platform, the moderate comment, not so viral. The dramatic comments or the dramatic information is viral. And sometimes who gonna make it even more dramatic, or who gonna make it even worse, and people angry about it. That's the race to the bottom, right? That you get more view, you get more by try to be worse and not good, not good. And if you're in that game, you will attacked by someone else. What you gonna do, right? And to win by talking bad about someone else, slanders, or you start to feel like a jealousy or someone jealous on you, or you don't want to do, like unwholesome thing, but you don't want to lose also. You don't want to be in trouble also. So we need a lot of wisdom on that. So that's my first direction I would like to give to this topic. In order to stay wholesome in a win or lose world, a knowledge is not enough. You need a wisdom. It's not what to do, but how to do it. How to make it succeed with least side effect. We cannot make everyone happy. We are not uh, enlightened yet. And you think about Buddha, he enlightened, but in his time, he has people who don't like him. Yeah, also, yeah, have a um, several times, even assassination attempt. Yeah, he's so pure, enlightened, but someone don't like him, and most of the time, those people who are not enlightened yet, and they lost their acceptance or they lose their power, something like that. So how to respond? And if we look to the Buddha, look to any spiritual teacher who are enlightened, they respond even to the negativity, not in a negative way. Yeah. Because they knew something bigger than you and me is the law of karma. Yeah, the law of how it works. So they do not add negative energy into the process. And they understand that anything negative happen is from the previous bad karma. So they do not add to that. And with that is a wisdom, right? You heard about an eye for an eye. They do this to me, I need to do that. I don't want to be weak. But sometimes to respond with that attitude, an eye for an eye, it gets you into that circle, an eye for an eye, more and more. By the knowledge side, how can you stand there and then be hit or all the time? No, you need to do something. But if a wisdom, we need to find a way not to be attacked and win at the same time. And sometimes when we say winning, if it's a win-win situation, that better. So we don't want to get into that fight too much. We have a challenge. We have this is a kind of funny picture. We have the monkey mind, the real monkey. I'm not sure this is a real picture or not. But we have this monkey mind that, stress, and then, the stock, and then, the shareholder, or the team. The monkey mind get us in trouble. And without inner peace, wisdom is not available. we were trapped in our own monkey mind, our own fear, our own troublemaking mind. Yeah. I hope if you are here by now and listen to the middle way, you knew that Buddha talked about three kinds of wisdom. Yeah, wisdom from inquisitive mind, wisdom from imaginative mind, and then wisdom from silent mind. Yeah, inquisitive mind, Suttamaya Panya, imaginative mind, Chintamaya Panya, and then silent mind. Yeah, wisdom silent mind, Bhavana Maya Panya. Yeah. Most knowledge we learn from the school is in number one and number two. Yeah, you can imagine how much silent mind or silent time you have in the school. Not too much, right? Listen and then learn, and then that's 1 2 1 2 1 2. Knowledge is help us to make a living, to do job, but wisdom help us to make a good life. Yeah, how we can have a good life? We need wisdom. This is one of the most powerful quote that I read from the Buddha. Though one may conquer 1,000 times, 1,000 men in battle, yet he indeed is the noblest victor who conquer himself. Yeah. No matter what challenge come, no matter unintended battle you are in, look for that true victory. I need to be in control and respond in the way that I do not feel regret. I do not feel bad about it. Not easy, but that is the noblest victory mentioned by the word. That is our North Star that we should practice ourselves. That when anything happens, you see things not just in short term, but in long term, according to the law of karma. Yeah, we can discuss more extensively on that after the talk. Today, I would like to use this wisdom from the Buddha from Brahma Vihara, the four sublime state of mind, to shine some light on this, how to stay wholesome, how to use this Dhamma to stay wholesome in win or lose well. I think right now in the West, the number one, loving kindness, metta. Even the term metta, METTA. Yeah, sometimes I got response from my student. They don't have bad wishes as the ending with metta to me. Like, oh yeah, they said I have metta for you also. So we heard about metta more. Compassion, we heard that a lot, not only from Buddhist monk, Pope Francis, many people. We need compassion. Yeah, sometimes you term empathy also, like how we can really feel suffering of others. But number 3 and number 4, not too much, but we need it not less, because there's a lot of jealousy, there are a lot of fighting. Have you heard about Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg fighting match? I think it's crazy. What's that? You have so much money, you should do something more creative than that. But without mudita, without try to see the good side of each other, there could be another silly, war or battle and not benefit anyone. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about number 3 today, mudita, and I will share my personal experience also that before become monk Burin, I was in this troubles a lot. Try to be number one. If you want to be number one, you will get into this battle. That if someone take number one, how you gonna feel, right? Not easy. Number 4, maybe next time. Actually, I see and then it's gonna take 1 hour for both. So today we focus on mudita and hope this term will be used more and more around the world. That we should have mudita, sympathetic joy. sympathetic joy is appreciative joy in Buddha view. How we can have ability to appreciate more, like be grateful. Yeah, and it starts with ourselves first. How you be grateful to another day that you still have, and how you can be grateful to your parent, to anyone that come your way. Yeah, it's a joy in happiness and success of others. And when someone successful, and we're going to talk about that, if that person you love, no trouble. But if they're your competitor, their success, not so easy to celebrate for you. Right? But we need to, in some way, yeah, they're done good, and what we can learn from them, but not look on the bad side. If we practice more sympathetic joy, appreciative joy, we will have like a medicine, is an antidote to jealousy and depreciation. Yeah, jealousy, we knew it. Depreciation, you try to devalue someone else's good work. Yeah, it's a fluke. Yeah, they have a lot of money, or like you not depreciate. Mudita will help us on that. If you go to the temple in Thailand, my temple, you heard this a lot. Oh, rejoice in your merit. Sadhu. I remember first year, the first time I went to the temple when I'm a freshman in university, and I think I go to help something, and then someone come, oh, Anumotana Bun, rejoice in your merit, and then rejoice in what? Like I'm not yet used to someone celebrate my little work, but we were trained by the master. It's like encourage each other to do good. I'm not used to it. I feel like I'm doing my thing, and why you come to? But I start to do some more good thing, and then start to, okay, I should take it. It's good energy. Yeah, it's better than someone come and criticize me all the time, and then not good energy, right? So rejoice in your merit, and in when you come to the middle way in New York or anywhere around the world, you heard this at the end of meditation or any good action. We say, oh, let's rejoice with our merit together. Yeah, we have done good thing today. Sadhu. If we not trained, if we not trained in that mudita, jealousy and depreciation is very unhealthy. It's a negative reaction to success and happiness of others, and we see that all the time in the media. Also, sometimes even in the company, jealousy, we have that kind of question: why they have more than me? It's not fair, right? Or depreciation, why they are very successful? It's a fluke. Yeah, they can do just one time like that. It's not good. Is not healthy really. But sometimes it's a challenge. Jealousy is smaller reaction. You feel inferior to that person, that condition, and you have resentment, unhappy about it. Depreciation is bigger reaction. I mean, you try to have I'm better, superiority. It's self-ego. It's self-ego. And challenging. Buddhaghosa, who wrote the Visuddhimagga, since 5th century, he is a great monk who compiled all the Buddha teaching on meditation. He explained extensively because Brahma Vihara is one of the way to quiet your mind, to go to the deeper state. He talked about 3 levels of sympathetic joy mudita. The first one, sympathetic joy toward beloved person. Yeah, not difficult, right? When someone graduate, mom, dad, mudita for that person, not too challenging. And then sympathetic joy toward neutral person. You don't know them, they don't know you. Yeah, so maybe it's not my business, or it become more challenging like disinterest. But it's not as challenging as the third one, sympathetic joy toward hated person or your rival. Oh, and not talk only about business, in family, in the group, like sometimes you don't want to be in that battle, but you get there into that hated or negative feeling rival. Buddha Gosa said there's three level. Yeah, we should practice to the third one. For number one and number two, I don't have any advice. I think you can manage it. But number three, how you gonna manage? At least not to be negatively influenced from their success. How? How? Two main steps that I will share with you. Fair play and sportsmanship or sportswomanship, any term, and appreciative joy versus depreciative skepticism. What's that? In business or any situation that there are more than one people in the group doing the same thing, and then we're not enlightened yet, we still have that comparative mind, But remember, like any sport we see, we follow the rule. Fair play, sportsmanship. We don't, we like that person, don't like the person, but like a friendly match. Try your best to have that friendly match, and that's the way we live. Things comes and go, but people, we are here, so we need to have at least friendly relationship as much as we can. At least we don't create the enemy. They will consider us as enemy or not is their choice, but we're going to consider them as enemy or not is our choice. So try the best to have fair play and sportsmanship, so when they have something good, we congratulate, you did a good job, but it's still a fair play. I will do my part, and the time is not over yet, so we continue in that match. The second level, I have personal experience on this. You can see, right, from the picture, appreciative joy, happy, depreciative skepticism. Like, oh, what's that? This is quite a deeper Dhamma. If you heard the term kilesa, defilement, we heard three main things: greed, hatred, and then delusion. But Buddha has another set of defilement. It's like a more children of the defilements called the upakilesa, the 16 defilement. And the one defilement called Makha, M-A-K-A-K-K-H-A, Makha. It's a Pali term, and I try my best to translate into understandable English. Makha is the opposite of mudita, depreciative skepticism. Appreciate mudita, like, oh, they're done good, and then you appreciate that even they are competitor, but oh, I can learn something from them. It's like an open mind and not hated reaction, but just realistic. Maybe emotionally, you don't like that person, but fair play, and then be neutral. Wow, this part they do good, and this part maybe not so good, but they have something good also. You should appreciate what good in that person. But Makha, do not look for good side. Look for bad side most of the time. I'm pretty sure that now Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg has Makha for each other. Not healthy, not good. They should learn Dhamma, right? And be a good example for many people who follow them. Depreciative skepticism is you skeptic about their success. You Curious is one thing, but depreciative skepticism is like have negative emotion toward that person, even wish that they will not be successful, something like that. In the logical world, maybe, oh yeah, it's common. They're bad people. They're not good. But in emotional and spiritual world, it's about energy. That how we manage our energy, even with the bad people. Because if we not manage our energy well, even thinking about negativity with that person it puts some dirt in our mind. Yeah. I do have this like eye-opening experience when I was younger. And you know Burin before uh, I love number one. I want to be CNN journalist, travel around the world. So it's quite common when you want to be number one. When someone take your number one, you don't like that person too much, right? All attention, all So when I was young, I have a lot of makha about other people. And I became what they call angry fighter in some way. If I'm number one, it just feel okay. Yeah, like there's a certain time that when we become number one, not very happy anymore. Like just feel okay. Feel like, oh, okay, I'm number one. But when we become number two, angry. What happened? I think I work harder. We don't see the whole thing. We like a ego, right? I have makha. And then I start to become number two more often and feel like oh, what this? And then unhappy, stress. I remember I come to the temple, I ordain, I learn meditation dharma, and then I change my direction that, oh, happiness is not about being number one anymore. There are a lot of number one who are also unhappy. And that's the fact. So think good thought, speak good word, do good action. That's a more surer path toward happiness. So I changed my direction. But one day, I remember I'm still not a monk yet, but I became a monk. Summertime, I go back to study. It's like my last in university. I listened to the five from the White Sabbath about Upakilet, the 16 defilement. He talked about Makha. And he said, oh, the one who have a lot of Makha toward other people, we have a bad energy. Because Makha is the energy to pull someone down. When someone good, they say, no, not that good. So you create that devalue, depreciative energy towards someone else. So that is the karma, like an energy thing. When you supposed to be number one, someone will have that same reaction. They not celebrate your success. They want to get you down. Because you throw the ball soft to the wall, it come back soft. You throw the ball harder to the wall, it come back harder. When I listen to that, wow, I knew why I become unhappy number two more often. Then I change my mind. And that time I'm not worrying about being number one anymore. Yeah, number one, number two, no problem. It's not my main way to be happy. But I have eye-opening moment. Wow, I have a lot of makha, a lot of time. So I change my lifestyle. We still in this challenge of win or lose well, as even as a monk. Many times people come to meditate and they are, oh, this middle way meditation, how different than Zen, than Tibet. We don't want to enter this game at all, but sometimes people will put us into that comparison. And as a monk, we don't want to compare with other. They all do good work. Okay, you like it, you do it. If you hear, you practice, but not try to have that comparative. Like are you gonna use Android or iOS? We in that thinking a lot. Not use it in spiritual world. Appreciate the good work. So I already forget about it. But interestingly, number one come to me more. I'm not looking for it, but it becomes serene number one. And I don't have feeling of attachment. If I lose it, I still feel okay because it's not my main goal. But realizing that, oh, sometimes when I become number one and people see me or people benefit from me, people benefit from I'm being there. So this is something quite cool if you understand this. And I hope you will have it. I change from wanting to be number one for myself and unhappy when I don't get it, and become accepting to be number one for others. I become happy number one and not feeling like a worry about losing it. And yeah, if my energy good, if people benefit from it, sometimes it needs someone in the spotlight. It's not that you want it, you don't want it, but it needs someone to be in front to help other people. But if you have fear, that's another defilement. You have fear of being seen. And I need to overcome that also, that no, it's not about I want it or that don't want it. If it's good for the world, accept it and do it. Yeah, when invitation come from Harvard Business School, okay, it's not about me. Maybe people who listen, and then maybe people look at Buddhism in the way that, wow, there may be something interesting in that. Those people are not foolish, okay? Maybe not high wisdom yet. They're getting there, but maybe interesting. With understanding of mudita, when someone do good, appreciate. Yeah. When someone have something not good, we see as realistic. Okay, be careful. But we do not get into the negative circle. We just understand and we learn and we don't do that bad way. Yeah. And start to have that appreciative mind more and more. So we can learn even from competitor. We can learn even from someone else who doing the same thing. And we can have friendly relationship. Maybe with that mudita more and more, we're gonna have win-win world more. When we have more creative solution that we need to change the course of humanity, win or lose is not healthy. We should have win-win more. I hope it helped you that you can have sympathetic joy, beloved person, neutral person, hated person. Be calm, wisdom will come. Sadhu.